Well, isn't that the government in a nutshell? When they take your taxes and whatnot, they they do. You have to pay the government extortion money for them to do certain things. Where for most things, the government pretty much outside of defense, you're better off not having the government do it because they fuck it up.
Didn't Biden say he promised like he's not going to raise taxes on people that make less than $400,000 a year? But then, isn't he rolling back the Trump tax cuts? Doesn't that affect like most people, like middle class, etc.?
Yeah, yeah, it's funny. You know, uh, it's it's funny because my taxes are going to go up under. They went up under Trump actually because Trump did this thing. I don't know if it's a good thing or a bad thing. I'm okay with it. Um, where they didn't allow the deduction for real estate tax on the
Oh,
local, on the local level. Like back that you could declare your real estate taxes on your federal, and then he got rid of that, and that hurt a lot of these rich suburbans like myself. But I love Trump anyway, so I don't care. It's
I think
worth
there's too many taxes, and I don't know. Maybe it was Dave Smith or some other like libertarian types are pointing out that when you add up, so everybody pays like sales tax when you buy something. There's all kinds of taxes. Sometimes you end up getting your income tax more than once, etc. And really, when you add up all the taxes, it's more ridiculous. It's like even if you're not in a high tax bracket, it's like you're paying half your money in taxes.
Well,
I was thinking like if I moved, I might want to move to one of the states that doesn't have state taxes because I don't know. Somehow they make it work. I don't know.
Well, the reason I bring
Somehow
it
this
up,
country made it work without income tax for
yeah,
hundreds of years. Anyway, go ahead.
the reason I bring it up is there's an acquaintance of mine who was complaining about the Trump tax where you couldn't deduct the real estate anymore, and I go, you're a dyed-in-the-wool Democrat, aren't you? And you're rich,
Oh, I
aren't
know.
you?
Well, they have to be. They believe in being charitable and everything.
Right,
Especially because it's in the Bible. Especially
right,
because
right,
of that. But they need the government to force them to do it, though. They can't just
right.
voluntarily help people. They need the government to forcefully take their money and allegedly redistribute it to poor people. Which there are some programs that they fund, etc. But they waste a lot of money, spend a lot on war and whatnot.
Well, yeah,
Or
the reason I bring it up is
crony capitalism, helping with friends.
like I would tell this dyed-in-the-wool Democrat who's an acquaintance of mine, and he's like complaining, oh man, the Trump tax, is he's taxed, he won't allow me to do my deduction. I go, you're a Democrat, right? And he goes, yeah, I hate Trump. And I go, well, if you're a Democrat, aren't you supposed to be paying more in taxes? And he's like, yeah, this is different. And I go, why is it different? He goes, I'm paying taxes twice. Well, you should pay taxes 3 times, 4 times. You're a rich New Yorker. You should be paying a fortune in taxes because you're a liberal, and the government is supposed to be not taxing the poor. They're supposed to be taxing us rich people who work in
Yeah,
Madison
that's
Avenue.
weird. Why doesn't I think actually Trump might have had some plan like this. I don't remember, but it was something like there was a cutoff where if you didn't make a certain amount of money, it was a low amount, like poverty. But if you pay like zero taxes, which makes sense to me because I understand that maybe there's a big pool of people or whatever, and then the government can nickel and dime people and get a bunch of money. But it really is counterintuitive to tax the hell out of poor people so that you can help poor people. Like, how about you don't? Like I'm saying, it can be a low amount, like poverty level. But and I understand they use the services, and you can say, well, they should pay for it, whatever. But it's counterintuitive to take money from poor people to give money to poor people. And then the thing is they tax everybody, and then they have crony capitalism. They help rich people. They have corporate welfare.
Yeah, and
so they're stealing from the poor to give to the rich.
Yeah, it's a hard. The liberals, the most. Just take all that rhetoric. I know a lot of rich liberals. Let's put it that way. All that bullshit about them wanting to help the poor and tax the rich. It's all bullshit. It's just virtue signaling. At the end of the day, they just want to pay.
The government wants more tax, and the establishment puts out these messages, and people repeat them.
Yeah,
it's like the gun control thing. It's not even. It doesn't even make any sense.
Yeah. It doesn't. It doesn't. It's just they're just inconsistent. So. They're all just liars. A lot of you said it best. Actually, it's your example. and I've used it a lot. It's liberals just want to pay indulgences. You know that old Catholic Church
I
before
don't know if I
Luther.
said that, but that's good.
No, you did. You did. Well, it's sort of like liberals like to fly. The rich liberals like to fly in jet planes, but they want to pay an indulgence.
Oh yeah,
Uh,
okay, yeah, I did say that. It wasn't
yeah,
recently.
I remember everything you say, motherfucker. Everything, because I'm a fan. I love your work. So, like, to the liberals, they're guilty. It's that old rich liberal guilt. I'm not guilty about having money because I came from fucking dirt poor.
But yeah,
I mean,
yeah. If you're let's say you're like a billionaire and you're white, we can virtue signal about how bad rich white people are while still being a rich white person.
exactly. It's pretty much that's the scam of it.